and judicial authorities personnel to speed up the vote. Bindari appreciated the active participation by the citizens, saying it reflected public awareness and keen interest in performing the national duty and in shaping the future of the country. Well, our dear viewers, to shed more light on the elections taking place here in Egypt for the second day, the presidential elections 2024, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Abdellatif Wahba, our journalist. Mr. Wahba, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, how do you see the election process for the second day here in Egypt, the presidential elections 2024?
I think after the first day, the people and the voters in the second day are also going to the voting stations in all the provinces, and this is of course according to the election authority that registered all the situations in many different places. Maybe it is quiet today because the people knows exactly the procedures, the systems, and also how to vote without any help from any one or from any other entities. They know exactly the process, so they are going to their stations, ballot stations, and voting in quietness. This is one. On the other hand, as you know, that in evening, all time of the evening of the day, you will notice an increase of the voters in the stations as they go to the stations after the end of work day and also going to vote. This is also the authorities, I mean the ministries, the organizations, the corporations, and so on, are giving them a time to cast voting. And this is why we noticed it is going easily today than yesterday.
Indeed. Mr. Wahba, how do you see the participation of women, youth, and elderly? As what I've seen so far, that there is actually quite heavy participation so far from all these segments. So can you shed light about that, sir?
Yeah, of course. I think you noticed that the women are going maybe more than people, more than men in the stations and the voting. Why? Because as you know that the number of the women in Egypt who doesn't work is so big to some extent. So they have the full time or to go to the stations and vote. This is, of course, different from the men who are employed and even in governmental sectors or private sectors and so on. And this is according to the directions of the authority, election authority, that they give the freedom the freedom and the time for all different workers and employees in many entities and the bodies and so on to go directly as they find the time suitable for them to vote in their stations.
Indeed, Mr. Abdellatif Wahba, our journalist, thank you so much for your precious input and for being with us. And still with the news of the elections, where the State Information Service Chief, Diya Rashwan, said the SIS is following up the presidential election that started on Sunday and its coverage at domestic and foreign media outlets. In a statement, Rashwan added that media and press reports over the elections indicated that the vote across the nation is proceeding regularly. He said all 11,631 subcommittees were open on time inside 9,376 polling stations and centers at schools, youth centers, and clinics nationwide. 528 international correspondents are participating in the media coverage. They are representing 115 international media channels and newspaper news agencies' websites from 33 countries. 14 international organizations participate in the monitoring for the voting, in addition to 62 local civil community organizations. Regionally, Israeli occupation military continued their air strikes across the Gaza Strip on Monday, killing at least 100 Palestinians in southern cities of Khan Yunis and Rafah, and in